All right, let's talk about John Wick for a second. So I saw John Wick Chapter 4. I'm late with this, forgive me, things happen. So, what can I talk about? Let, it's good. Um, let's talk about the bad. The length. I do think they should have cut some stuff out, especially on that damn stair scene. Not stair scene, but you know what I'm talking about when he's actually getting to the last destination, going through all the 200 stairways, like he's going up these stairs, 200 of them, and he constantly gets pushed back. I think that could have been cut down a little bit. The length was a little too long for me for a John Wick film, but I was entertained. It's better than the Batman because that drags. This didn't drag, but you could tell it overstayed its welcome, especially towards we got to the end. But from start to finish, it was action packed. That was heavily action. They just kept going and going and going, and it was beautiful. This is arguably the best one they've done. Story wise, not so much because the first one is still my favorite, especially when they introduce him, like the way to like the boogeyman. You kill this fucking dog, like that still gets to me to this day. Like years later, I'm like, yo, the way they introduced him, it was still crazy. Keanu Reeves owned this role. The Lance Reddick. Let's talk about Lance Reddick. Rest in peace. I saw the film. When they did the film, they didn't know he was going to die. Lance is not a big part of this film. Spoiler alert. He dies early on. Very early. Like, I believe we didn't even go through the first 30 minutes of the film. I believe. And it hits you when he dies. You're like, okay, because he just died. And you're like, oh my God. But it didn't really hit me until we get to later in the scene where Wick and Winston have a conversation. And Wick asks, what did you put on Lance Reddick's character's tombstone? He put friend. That where I started tearing up a little bit. Because that's very touching. Because it's like, did they add that in? Was that added? It was just so weird. And so nice and sweet. And it was heartbreaking a little bit. I kind of, like I said, teared up a little bit. Because that was just wow. You know? It was so simple. It's so effective. Like the way Black Panther did Chadwick Boseman, that was very nice, but it felt like very propaganda. And to me, in a way, especially towards that's the first half, and in the second half they kind of just said fuck whatever that happened in the first half. But this one felt so genuine and so sad that it was just weird. It's the little things that means the most in the bigger things. To me, if they do another tribute, I'd be okay, but the one they did here was fine. Subtle, quick, and effective, and they really did that. And it was just mind-blowing to me. Donnie Yen. Whew. They need to make another film with Donnie Yen, Kane character. Donnie Yen steals it for me. The best part of it. I didn't think Donnie Yen had good English. He really does have good English, and for that character. But I do have a problem though. Why is Donnie Yen always playing blind characters? Like every Hollywood film, he's playing a blind character. Like, can he actually play a character when he's not blind? Because the guy can actually do more shit when he's not blind. Like, if he was like that in Rogue One, I'm like, why the fuck I'm blind? I'm like, why the fuck is this blind? He does not need to be blind. I feel like they do that because it helps with the character. I don't know. He doesn't need to be blind, but he owns it too. There's a Japanese actor. He plays Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. He plays so many films. I forget his name. He and Donnie Yen have a showdown with their either katanas or whatever, and that was cool. I'm like, yo, I've never seen, and you've never seen these two actors together. I've never seen that. I was like, okay, this is kind of mind blowing here a little bit. And it was the way the director was good. The choreography was good. I know some people say, oh, the choreography wasn't good because he kept constantly, John Wick is older now. He's older, and you could tell it in this film. He's an older guy. He's slowing down, and that's fine. Because if you see film 1 and film 2 and film 3 and film 4, he's getting older. He's not quick anymore. And that makes sense to what the story is telling you. Some people have complaints with that. I don't care. But overall, I mean, this film is an 8 out of 10 for me. There's some problems, but oh my God, the action was good. The story was simple. Take out the, I was about to say the hand. The table, and just take them out. And that's what he did. He said, how? And this is Keanu Reeves. How does it end? And he's like, well, in combat. What's this like? Combat. It was just funny. And this film was funny, very comical. It was very comical at times. And I won't mean comical, but very comedy, a little centric. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but I liked it. Lawrence Fishburne's in here, but the King's not as much in here as much. This film did more. This film actually did more for me with Keanu Reeves than that goddamn shitty ass, garbage ass, stupid ass, no reason of making film known as The Matrix of, what's they call that? It was a Revolution. It wasn't Reloaded. It was Revolution, whatever the fuck it was. That was garbage. This was better. To me, this film has done more, because that last film, The Matrix, kind of killed Neo for a lot of people. Like, all right, well, fuck you. Yeah, John Wick is pretty much, that's what it was. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. I loved it. It was the best thing on television. Best thing in film. They got a couple series. They got a series coming out. Focusing on the New York hotel. I think they got another one, a spinoff of another character. Just a female centered, I guess, but it's like, all right, I guess. But yeah. Oh, well, let's talk about Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody. He was good. If they did a spinoff with him, that would have been nice. They do another film with Kane. He should be in there. He was good introduced. Like I said, the name is like whatever. Especially because we already have a film called Nobody. If you know, we have already a film called Nobody with another character, which is still arguably one of my favorite. I need to review that film on here. The film Nobody. Yeah. That film is funny to me on many levels, but I don't want to talk about it. But if I can get that scene and I'll put it in the video, y'all know what I'm talking about. That scene when the guy is so mad what happened to his son, he gets the damn chair and throws it at the man in the hospital. I choked the fuck. I lost it. I'm like, how the fuck? But anyway, Nobody was good in here. He needs a spinoff. Him and the Japanese girl too, which, spoiler alert, is an end credit scene involving Donnie Yen. But yeah, as always, guys, like, subscribe, peace, have a Johnson day. Like I said, 8 out of 10. This is a great film. It's still killing it at the box office. When I went this past weekend, it was still packed. Super Mario Next Door killing at the box office. I think we're in an era now, and I believe I'm actually happy to be in this new era of film and cinema, that people are no longer are going with what the masses are telling you. So what media is telling you to do, they're not. And I think also too, the superhero bubble has effectively popped. And I think Marvel needs to be very careful. DC's already fucked, but Marvel better be careful, because films like John Wick, Super Mario, Top Gun Maverick, Avatar, these, if you notice, all these films have in common, they're all fucking different in different genres. You got martial arts and kung fu. Then you got an animated film based on a video game, so you can say a video game adaptation. Then you got Avatar, science fiction based in this science fiction. And then you got Top Gun Maverick, military, Die Hard type of style, 70s. We're in a new era, and I like the new cinema era we're going into. And because don't get me wrong, I love superhero movies, but they need a renaissance. They need to be popped. But as always, like, subscribe, peace, have a Johnson day. See you guys next video.